everybody, before you watch the video, make sure you follow the page, like the video. Hope you enjoy. And again, that comes to dopamine, but everything's about feelings now. Feels over reals. You can tell the person, hey dude, if you want to feel better, you stop eating cheeseburgers and do jiu-jitsu and whatever. But if you tell this person now, they're going to get upset. They're going to get angry. They're going to get like pissed off and frustrated.
The other thing is, it's a theory, right? So in the Western world, the marketing and media is huge.
Yeah, 100%.
So they're
it's propaganda, it's brainwashing, really.
So exactly. So their biggest function is to make you feel terrible. To you know. So like for example, hey, expensive trip. You go there to feel better, right? You go there and your life. That's the adventure of your life or whatever, right?
Always chasing something more.
Or buy this Mercedes and then your friends will be better, whatever.
Or people will look at
crazy,
whatever
crazy
idea it is.
Thing right there, right?
That's called chasing the dragon. I'm pretty sure that's like a drug use term. So like chasing the dragon is like people can never have the same experience as their first high. Their first high is so intense and so amazing that every other experience after that is to try and recreate that. And the only way to try to recreate that is continually look for more. And do more drugs and get more money and have more sex and get more attention and get more. Feel more dopamine high, feel more. And the problem is that doesn't actually work, and it's not sustainable, and it's self-destructive. And again, like you're saying, we're marketed to do things exactly that way. It's not about drugs, but it's about buying the house, going on the trip, finding the new girlfriend, the younger, tighter, hotter, whatever. Like, or the female find the guy that's got more money and more status and is cooler and whatever. That's also a part of human nature. There's human nature in that. Men want this, women want that. We're biologically drawn to things. But the thing is like you keep promoting to people that you're gonna feel. You have to feel good. You have to feel good. You need to feel better. You need to feel better. No, you feel bad and then you feel good. And when you're not happy, you change your situation and you feel bad again, and then you feel good again, and then you feel bad, and that's a process to life. And trying to run away from that is self-destructive. And it leads to really shit spots. And that's why people quit jiu-jitsu, because they don't get the result they want. And that's why people leave marriages and destroy their kids' lives, because then they don't feel good anymore. You're not supposed to feel good. I've had this conversation with a bunch of people, and they're like, oh, I've been on dates with people and talked about it too, and like, oh, I wasn't happy and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but that's normal. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? Oh, have a think about this. Like, you've been upset with family members before, haven't you? Sometimes you haven't spoken to them for a year, a month, 2 months, 3 years, who knows? But you still love and care about each other. And then you put that aside and you spend time together and all this stuff. And eventually it comes back, because you can't be bad forever. You might be upset with them for a year, and then it comes back, and now you're happy again. It might have been when you were a kid. Your parents were really harsh, and you didn't feel loved or all this stuff. But then you realize as you get older and you find more perspective, you go, you know what? They were doing everything in my best nature. And then there's other people that had the best, amazing, most loving experience with their parents. Their parents gave them everything they wanted, but now they're resentful towards their parents because their parents pretty much formulated them into like an entitled sack of shit. And now they're like angry with their mum and dad because their mum and dad didn't like push them in a direction that was actually beneficial. And it's like, dude, like feeling bad and happy and all this stuff is just a momentary experience. It could be for a year, it could be for 10, it could be for 3, it doesn't matter, but it can't be all one way forever. It's gonna rebound, and it's gonna rebound, and it's gonna rebound, and that is life in a nutshell. And that's jiu-jitsu. There's times where you get smashed for a whole week and you get bashed rolling, and then there's times where you bash everyone else and you're on and everything's on time, it's great, you knock the guy over and you do this and you do that. That is a normal process. You know what I mean? Like, I think people really don't understand the realities of the world because you keep getting brainwashed by consuming Instagram, by consuming normal television. Like, you go and watch Netflix now, everything's the same story.
Yes.
Everything's the same story.
You can't remember the last thing you watched anymore.
Because it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
And it's all the same, like, ideology, propaganda, whatever. Be an individual. They don't promote family and stuff like that. They keep promoting people to be individualized and, like, focus on yourself, do your own thing, go out there. A lot of the time, men are weak now. They're completely pathetic in most of the movies. They cry all the time. They're completely emotional. And the women are the heroines and they destroy everyone and beat the shit out of 58 people and all this stuff. And it's like, it's just the same. And you know what's actually funny is, like, if you talk about Marvel and all this stuff, like, a lot of their movie sales and stuff are going down a lot because it's the same, like, story told over and over and over, and people are like, man, why are you destroying all these characters that everyone likes so much? Why is Batman a bisexual now? What happened? How did that happen? Why has he got purple hair and he likes men as well now? What the hell happened? What's going on? And yeah, it's like the only reason pandering to, like, everyone's amazing, everyone's lovely. No, there's reality to this. I just find it funny because I noticed a lot of this stuff from just traveling a lot.
Yes.
Like, man, I was in Abu Dhabi, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and you see, like, you know, guys that are in, you know, normal positions that are a cleaner or they work as a server at a restaurant or whatever. But the guy's married to a decent, respectful woman, and they got 3 or 4 kids, and they're the happiest people ever. And they don't have a lot of stuff, man. But they're happy because they got meaning in life. He works hard to support her. She might work a little bit, but looks after all their children. And like, they got their purpose. They got their stuff. They complement each other. They fit in well and whatever. Yeah. What's happened now, if you talk about, like, the division between men and women here, it's like they don't need each other. Yeah, they don't need. She makes her own money. He makes his own money. He can get sex everywhere because everyone gives it out liberally because we're a liberal nation. Yeah, and then, like, what do you need from each other? Or the guy's addicted to porn because he just needs the dopamine hit, or video games or whatever. So, like you said, everyone has, like, a cope to fulfill their dopamine hit or fulfill their ups and downs in life. But the way people go about it now is very self-destructive. It's not positive at all. It's not working out and working hard and building a business and building a family. It's drugs, alcohol, porn, attention on social media, this stuff. Like, this is what people use for their dopamine hit now. It's not real life stuff. It's not building connections with other people, networking, building a better life, interacting with people, traveling, doing all this stuff. It's this stuff. And it's really, and you said something before, it's like, oh, guys don't go out and talk to women anymore. No, they don't. A third of men are sexless in Western countries, in the US particularly. That's not the same for women. Women are having more sex than they've ever had because it's liberation. It's like, do whatever you want. I know this is not really like a jiu-jitsu kind of conversation at this point, but the point is it all comes back together because, like, you need to get control over your life. And how do you get control over your life? By having the ups and downs of dopamine, by understanding that feelings aren't the only thing in life. And I think jiu-jitsu teaches you that. My perspective and the understanding that I have is coming from everything to do with jiu-jitsu. The training and the learning of your own emotions. Because when you first start training, man, you get angry at people and you're pissed off and you're like, fucking screw this person, he just swept me, like, ah. And then you go like, hey, that shit's not helpful. Me being aggressive and coming back and trying to bash the person doesn't actually help me do better at jiu-jitsu. I got to learn how to control myself first, and then you can start to recognize things. And we've had a conversation with a bunch of people, and it's like, when do you know you're actually getting better at jiu-jitsu? When you can actually remember what you're doing in a role. When you can actually analyze what the hell you're doing. Because I guarantee you 90% of people on the planet that live in Western countries have zero understanding of how they live their own life. It's just zombie mode. It's just emotional zombie mode. Everyone's like, oh, buy that, oh, do this, oh, everyone else is doing this, oh. They're just all going along with the flow. Like, they can't consciously sit down and say, hey, I did this because of that. Do you know what I'm saying? I did this because I want to achieve this goal. Most people have zero goals. They're just doing what they've been pandered to do. Like, hey, everybody, brainwashed to do, programmed to do. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you haven't yet already, make sure you subscribe, like, and again, go and check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, like all our platforms. Give us a follow at bjj.101 on Instagram, and go and check out bjj101.com.au to access the full video library.